object or phenomenon that's predominantly arising at that moment, and be mindful of it as it really occurs. But if there's no object or phenomenon that's distinct or dominant, then meditators be mindful of one of the basic object or the primary objects of meditation. For example, during sitting meditation, as you know, Vipassana meditators have these three basic objects or primary objects of sitting meditation to be mindful of. If there's no other object that's distinct or dominant, so if there's no distinct object arising at that moment, then meditators may mindful of the movements of abdomen. If the movements of abdomen is not clearly perceived, then meditators may mindful of the alternate, that is the sitting postures and the touching points. So when meditators are mindful of any of these primary objects or basic object of sitting meditation, when there's more distinct object arising, then meditators should be mindful of the other more distinct object as it really occurs. So in Vipassana meditation, Vipassana meditators do not have a single object meditation, or whatever object has predominantly arising at that moment, or is the object of meditation. Then, as you know, every object of Vipassana meditation is not permanent, it's not everlasting. It is subject to arising and instant passing away. When your mindfulness becomes stronger and stronger, you may perceive that or experience that every object is arising and passing away instantly. So in this meditation, Vipassana meditation or Vipassana Bhavana, mindful of mind and the mental state is the first important factor to make progress. So whenever the mind wanders away from any objects of meditation, Vipassana meditation, for example, when you're mindful of movement of movements, then the mind wanders away from the movement of movements, the mind starts to think of something, then you should be mindful of that thinking and no thinking, until the thinking has disappeared. Then you come back to your movement of abdomen. If the movement of the abdomen is the most distinct object, so you must not bring your mind back from thinking to the movements. You bring your mind back from thinking to the movements of the abdomen, then this is not the right way or the correct way of practicing Vipassana meditation. This becomes the way of Samatha meditation. So it is important that Vipassana meditators must bear in mind that mindful of mind is very important, is the first important factors to make progress. So during practice, you may experience pain, numbness. So Samatha meditators do not have to pay attention to the pain or the numbness. But as Vipassana meditators, if the pain or numbness becomes stronger, more distinct than your primary object, then you have to be mindful of pain or the numbness. And no need, for example, pain, or numb. So when the painful sensation or the numbness has disappeared, then if there's no other distinct object, then meditators may go back to the primary object again. For example, be mindful of movements of abdomen as usual, or be mindful of sitting and touching if the movements of abdomen is not clearly perceived. So it's important that whenever meditators practicing Vipassana meditation, they should practice in in accordance with the method of Vipassana meditation. So when you practice Samatha meditation, then you practice in accordance with the method of Samatha meditation. So since the method is different, the result is also different. So when Samatha meditators could concentrate the mind well on the object of concentration, then gradually the mind is free from 5 mental hindrances. Then Samatha meditators experience of calmness, peacefulness, or tranquility. But Samatha meditators cannot realize the mental and physical phenomena in their true natures. So Samatha meditators should not be contented with calmness and peacefulness of mind. So based on that calmness, peacefulness of mind, then Samatha meditators may switch over to the practice of Vipassana meditation. Based on that deep concentration, meditators may begin to mindful of all the mental state and physical process as they really are. So when mindfulness becomes stronger and stronger, more attentive, energetic, precise, then Vipassana meditators will begin to realize some experience or insight knowledge in the Vipassana meditation. So the result of Vipassana Bhavana is insight knowledge that realizes the mental and physical phenomena in their true natures. Then when insight knowledge becomes more penetrative, in other words, when meditators could attain the path knowledge, that path knowledge will uproot the mental defilements, then meditators become enlightened. So the result of Vipassana meditation is insight knowledge, enlightenment, wisdoms, and liberations. But in the practice of Vipassana Bhavana, there are 2 ways to practice Vipassana meditation. The first way is known as bare insight or Suddha Vipassana Ganika. The word Ganika means that vehicle. So this bare insight meditation, or sometimes known as pure insight meditation. So in this way of practicing Vipassana meditation, meditators do not have to practice Samatha meditation. So right at the beginning, pure insight meditators mindful of all the mental states and physical processes as they really are. So they do not practice any form of concentration meditation. But there's another way to practice Vipassana meditation, that's preceded by Samatha Bhavana. So in other words, the meditators takes the Samatha as a vehicle to develop insight knowledge. So in this way, meditators have to attain at least access concentration or absorption concentration. Then based on that deep concentration, they begin to develop insight knowledge by being mindful of all the mental states and physical processes as they really are. So there are 2 ways to practice Vipassana Bhavana. The first way is known as bare insight or pure insight meditation. The second is insight of preceded by Samatha Bhavana or concentration meditation. So this is the difference between these 2 types of meditation. So now I shall explain briefly in Mandarin.